The standards have dropped between generation and generation and generation. What we considered good back then would be considered excellent right now. You dig what I'm saying? Or garbage. I don't think Nas would have went platinum with Illmatic in this day and age, in this state and time.
The way that I interpret it, it's not does the next generation value it, it is 10 years later, revisited from the same generation, do we still connect?
I'm not sure about that. Because generations right now will agree that if they put on Dr. Dre, like Dr. Dre hasn't put out an album in how long? It's not a matter of if the person of your generation, when the album dropped, gets it. It's generations after, are they still like, holy shit?
I think a lot of times what for me, it felt like a classic is the albums that I listened to for the first time, never hearing it at 21 and being like, this is incredible 15 years later.
To me, when I was a shorty running around, my father's thing was Earth, Wind & Fire and Stevie Wonder. They were just noise in the background to me.
Right.
I hit 25 and got my father's record collection and threw it on. I couldn't believe I was just like sleepwalking through all these records. Like that's some classic shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Songs in the Key of Life.
Yeah. When they hear Reasonable, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, what
the Black Album or Blueprint one?" They're gonna go ape shit.
Come on, dog. Did you really just put our nose into the same conversation with Illmatic and Reasonable Doubt? Blueprint is dope and has single-handedly created Rick Ross. But chill, like we're talking Reasonable Doubt, dog. Rick Ross actually had a comment in an interview where he said, "I'm a Blueprint dude. I respect Reasonable Doubt, but I'm a Blueprint. Like that's my favorite J."
If you didn't come in at Reasonable, you don't really not get it, but you don't really connect it. But I could see how Rick Ross could be like, yo, Blueprint was, because it all depends on when you came in, because Jay's one of those artists that you actually see him grow throughout his. It's the same thing with Ye. Where you come in with Ye, that's going to be your defining album. If you just got Ye at Dark Twisted Fantasy, you have no connection to College Dropout whatsoever.
There's certain artists who get to a point where they're only competing with themselves.
Yep.
And it's a matter of when, like you said, it's a matter of when you caught on to them. Jay is not whack compared to the landscape. Nas is not whack compared to the landscape. Kanye is not whack compared to the landscape. You call them whack when you compare them to their old shit. This ain't Illmatic, you get pissed off. Meanwhile, if I were to say like, well, what about him compared to this dude? I mean, you can't compare him to that dude. I mean, that's Nas we talking about. I mean, that shit was still whack. Whack compared to who? Whack compared to Nas. Whack compared to Ye. Whack compared to Jay.
What we know that they can do.
Exactly. What are the chances that 10, 12 years from now, our kids, grandkids, whatever, are gonna put in Watch the Throne and be like, holy shit, you were there for this? Like, inspired.
I think they're gonna put it in, and I think it's just going to be because it was them together. It won't be material. To me, it doesn't matter if my younger sister says, oh, Watch the Throne is a classic. No, I want to go back to, well, not you. I want to go back to you, and I want to say, do you still connect with this album? I want to see the people who were there when it dropped.
Will I get that same rush when I hear it when I'm 45, even though it came out when I was 22? So that's what makes a classic album. So hopefully, you always want your favorite artist, their material to stand the test of time. You always want it to be timeless.
If you came in with Dark Twisted Fantasy and you didn't like it, you'd be like, well, I don't understand what the fucking buzz is about.
So someone comes in at Watch the Throne, they were like, yo, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why y'all so
It would be kind of hard. If you come in at Watch the Throne, you're going to have a little harder time connecting with them as artists unless you yourself are sitting atop a castle. It's like watching a series. You don't come in typically to most series on the 5th or 6th season. Try and go back and see the pilot.
If you just watch Entourage, you'll be fucked up.
Right.
If you just caught the last episode of Entourage, you'll be fucked up.
Jasmine made a really good point today when discussing Watch the Throne. It's really important where you come in with the artist, as in like what album you come in on. She gave a great example too, the whole episodes and seasons. If you come in on Entourage season 3, you'll be kind of lost. So yeah, that was a good point.
This generation is just not one for doing homework. We got a lot of people in the music business, and we got a lot of music fans who are happy to be ignorant. You tell them about some shit that they should go listen to, and they look at you like you're crazy. What the fuck? That's old shit.
Instant gratification is what they love.
Yeah, that's corny though.
But I mean, everybody has what they like and what they don't like, so it is what it is.
It's corny to me. It's corny to me.
I'm not branded up, but I got the Smart Water. This is a nice little choice. I actually drink this water, when I'm hungover. I'm not hungover today, but it's here, so I'm drinking it. Branded, let me see, I got my Ray-Bans. I'm about to run a contest with Ray-Ban and Tiny Tempo pretty soon. So I guess, you know, shout out to Ray-Ban. I purchased 2 of these last week, tortoise color and the black color. And I like these, so I'm gonna wear these today. And flood watch, you know, I got a nice little gold flood watch. My homegirl, Kieran, who's a stylist, hooked me up with this, so I wear this a lot, getting a lot of compliments. And just the Hanes white tee, Levi's camel shorts, and SBs, Nikes. Had these for about 2 years, but they still look new, so.
Well, I mean, the shirt by itself, but I don't necessarily want to tell people where I got it from, because it's kind of like, you know, I don't want a whole bunch of people showing up with my shirt and shit.
I think Mecca's lip ring is sponsored by somebody. It's like weird.